Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the 7th season here in the RTG. Let me start this episode by saying thank you to Zach and Matthew for both joining the Patreon. Very much appreciated. Thank you, boys, continuing to show your support for the content. Also, big shout out to Daily Render as well, who's put together an F1 2021 inspired graphics package. I'll just quickly show you what it entails for watch-alongs, etc. on YouTube. How's that for a transition? We've been doing some watch-alongs on YouTube with this graphic here, but there was a webcam graphic with it that I can utilise and works for any content, really. It just so happens that the colour scheme is utilised for F1 2021. So we've got some new graphics on the channel as well. We start today with the game against Manchester City. Then we've Tottenham away and Burnley at home as we round out the transfer window today. We will be making another transfer signing in due course. Obviously, we're still waiting for a Carabao Cup game to be drawn. That will be midweek, somewhere around here. But we'll play City and we'll play Tottenham today. Now, what I hadn't noticed was that this left back was 6'2", and you guys spotted that very keenly eyed in the comment section. And he's got great jumping. His defensive stats are still terrible, and the ball control, crossing and dribbling does still lend itself to being a winger or a wing back. But we are looking for a centre back, and he's right-footed as well, so we could utilise him at right back. But I think I am going to try and sign Mendes Vicente with the view to playing him at centre back because of that jumping stat and the fact that he's got decent strength as well. And then we can just train those physicals and see what happens. Kamara Mesa, he could potentially play as a fullback. He's got okay speed, decent physicals really, and I could train his tackling stats. He's obviously good as a centre mid, but maybe as a fullback too, potentially. Mawasa, I don't think is going to be high enough rated. You guys spotted Bastien Oberlin that I missed when going through my scout reports yesterday. He at the time was at Sporting. He has since moved to Parma in this window since you guys spotted it. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to try and sign him in this window. I am scouting him to see what his stats look like, but unfortunately, that looks like that's a boat that we've missed. It's already out of the harbour, so we'll wait and see what he looks like. Maybe he's someone we could try and buy in January. But I'm going to go and play City first, see where we are this season with the way that the side has grown so far. I am training or retraining Hefte to change his position to Cam, similarly with Milic too, and we'll see what happens over the course of today's episode. But City first, Tottenham after that, Burnley after that, and then hopefully some good solid points in the Premier League. You can see their starting lineup on the right, so I won't bother with showing you the pre-game graphics. We'll jump straight into the action. Drop the video a like if you enjoy, of course. Make sure you're following me on Twitch and Twitter. Links in the description down below. I'll be live streaming a watch-along for the British Grand Prix this afternoon, and also some F1 2021 My Team. Check the second channel, Chesnoid Plays. Link again down below to see the content from that. But for now, let's go and play Manchester City, shall we? Found a fault with the throw. Salim's dropped all the way back to right back to get involved in the play. Rather wish he hadn't done that. Jenkins forward to ball. Try and flick that round the corner. We've done that well to Ferreira Schutter. And look at Damian Tudor making that dart down the line. Plenty in the middle. One of which is Hefte. Oh, Edison closed me down well. I perhaps should have looked for a pass. Just making sure there, Edison, that we don't get the goal. Punching it away for a corner. Can we find Pumphrey? We should do. Oh, we did. He's gone down. No foul given. Oh, Rodri's not scored a goal for a little while, and I'd really like it if he could start turning up from set pieces again. That was a terrible pass. Decent tackle by Nagy, but it's remounted free for City again, and here they come forward. Bernardo Silva with plenty of options, one of which Maxi Gomez. Lovely run by Ferran Torres, who's in behind, and no! Excellent save by Vermaelen, and it's pinged straight to Sterling, unfortunately, and I couldn't get a footing with the defender quickly enough. Brilliant stop, and that's why I didn't sign, or initially wasn't planning on signing that Youth Academy free agent as a starting keeper, despite the fact that he's higher rated than Vermaelen. That's why I held off. And obviously he then signed for someone else, that being Bayer Leverkusen. So he couldn't sign him anyway. But I'm still very, very happy with Vermeulen as my starting goalkeeper. But unfortunately, he's not going to get a clean sheet today. I don't really feel like that's his fault. Kabore getting forward here. I'm going to have to go and close him down now with Jenkins. Back inside to Ferran Torres. Oh, what a turn. And he's still going here, Ferran. Still going. Still going. Do I say it again? Rodri, good block. And away, please. Mulholland tried to hack it, clearing it. It's just pinballed about off some shins. And still City come forward. Foden out to Bernardo Silva. Don't foul him. Oh, it's a good ball. Please win that. Ferrashutter knocks it behind for a corner, and City mean business. They finished 18 points clear of us last season in the Premier League and won the league title by, I think, 4 points in the end. So they are the team to beat, the team to catch, and the team to match. And at the minute, we are struggling to do every single one of those things. But maybe this counter-attack, or, you know, alternatively, maybe not this counter-attack. Sterling looking for Maxi Gomez. Jenkins gets it and we'll get it down the line and help it on again. Kabore intercepts Maxi Gomez. He's got options. He's gotten away from me as I went for the ball there. Bernardo Silva off that left foot, please. Bernardo. It's still rebounded for them. They're getting so lucky in front of goal. I'm getting tackles in and players are just having the ball pinball back to them. Mulholland will look for Damian here. We'll try and get it back to Mulholland if I can, or even Samar Salim across the box. But he can't find him. West Ham have scored twice against Tottenham now. Good start to the season for the Hammers. Tottenham struggling. Mid-table for them last year. Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham all finished 8th. Oh, it's going to be 2, isn't it? All finished 8th, 9th and 10th last year. And it looks like Tottenham are starting where they left off last season. As are Manchester City. Great movement. You see him just hold his run so he stays on side and we can't cope with the run of Maxi Gomez in the middle either. And that's 2-0. His 3rd goal of the Premier League season already, which means he scored 2 on opening day. And now Maxi Gomez has added a 3rd. Manchester City have a 2-0 lead. And I think we might... What are you doing, Ches? Then we might still have a little way to go to catch City as one of the best, or as the best side in the Premier League. But hopefully we can be pretty consistent in our results for the rest of the season. There's still half a game to go here. There's no reason why we can't get ourselves back in it. Have created a couple of chances. But it looks like it's going to be quite the test to get ourselves back in it. The minute, looking more like City getting a 3rd than us getting one back into the game. Although... they did do this for the majority of the half and we were still able to create chances, so hopefully we can still do that. Ferrashutter under pressure. I was just trying to turn away from trouble to find a pass. And in the end, Rodri took it off me. There we go. Oh, the press though. Get away. Loft it forward. Bring it down. Oh, Jesus, it doesn't matter what I do at the minute. I cannot break this Manchester City press. Raheem Sterling now trying to find a way free. Again, we've won it back. Look centrally this time, then down the line. Okay, we've at last broken that press. Inside to Damien Tudor, looking for Salem. Tottenham are on their way back in their game. Are we going to be on our way back in this one? Damian trying his best to force his way through. Here's Bull. Lucas Bull. We do have a way back in this one. Excellent goal by Lucas Bull. And Barrow are back with a chance of maybe sneaking a point or 2. Or point or 3 in this game. Tudor across to him. That second touch on the turn was vital. The quick footwork, absolutely crucial in beating Kabore. And then on his weak foot, albeit 5-star, burying it on the right-hand side. His first goal of the season, and it could be a very important one as we look to fight back here. Holland driven to Damien Tudor, and Bull's onside here, literally. Oh, it could have been 2 goals in 2 minutes. Ederson with a huge stop. Ferrashutter's going off for me, and Varling's coming on at left back because Ferrashutter's knackered. Work that in. I can't believe we haven't scored a second there. Hefte just needs to keep possession, and he can't. Salem was potentially free there. Bernardo Silva out to Raheem Sterling. I can't believe I've not tucked that away with Lucas Bull for a second. Sterling played in behind. Pumphrey's out to meet him. Sterling definitely gets there first. And we'll try and get Van der Voort involved defensively. On the right-hand side again is Stupinian. Sterling, Bernardo Silva, that's perfectly weighted to Jones, and City have a third. Just opened up for them, and the 2-goal advantage is back for Manchester City. There's just too much of a gap there between the centre-back and the left-back. But he had to stay wide, the left-back, because Ferran Torres was out there. Oh, Ricky J. Jones, of all people. Ricky J. Jones, the FM legend himself. Oh, yuck. Manchester City 3. Barrow 1. Now Rue missing that Lucas Bull chance even more than I already did. Because that could have been avoided, and it could have been 2-2. Foden with a ping. And it is a hell of a ping to find Ferran Torres. Oh, it's a heavy touch. Whoa! Surely that was because Jenkins got something on it. He didn't just sky it like that. Did he? No, he didn't. Off the leg of the defender. Well up and out for a corner. Leroy Sané coming on from Manchester City. Back at the club after a transfer in a previous window. Get to that Salem. Estupinian tried, and Salem actually came out on top there. Now watch me score a second and it not mean anything because the game is over. We absolutely could have won that game, let alone just drawing it. We absolutely could have won that game. That was one of those. And you know what I mean when I say that. Just couldn't get it done. But if we played that game over again, we probably would get it done. No one else, no youth academy prospects that we can look to. But let's get a transfer done, shall we? Let's bring in Mendes Vicente, valued at 50 million. See, how much money have I got left? Can I even afford him? How much money have I got left? Oh, 101. Okay, yes, we can afford him. His release clause is 95, but I absolutely don't want to pay that. I'll pay up to 70, maybe? Up to 70? Hopefully we can get him for less than that. With their first valuation is 74. If I come up from 50 to 54.9, hopefully they'll come down a bit. 60.9. Well, that's a drop. Wow, they're not fighting a hard bargain here, are they? 57.5 maybe. 60.9. Non-negotiable, they say. Well, we'll see about that. How about 58.9? Turns out it was negotiable. You asked for 74. Imagine if I'd have just gone, yeah, okay, 74. I'd have spent an extra 16 million pounds that I didn't need to. What's he on a week? 30 grand. We'll absolutely be able to agree contract terms without any problem whatsoever then. I'll say important because he's probably going to be in the first team. 5-year deal, that's absolutely fine. Keep him signed up long term. No release. Oh, you want a release clause of 118 million? Sure. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. 57 grand? Done. You're allowed that. That'll do. He is in. We have a new defensive player that can play in a multitude of different positions. Question is, where do I utilise him first? Do I put him into centre-back ahead of Jenkins? Do I move him into the starting lineup ahead of Freire Schutter to start before we move him to centre-back? See how long it's potentially going to take to train him to a centre-back. Oh. Well, there goes that plan. 7 years it's going to take to retrain as a centre-back, apparently. Yikes. What does he actually... Christ. 7 fucking years. So I'll put him into the starting lineup. What does he get? A -2. I'll put him into the starting lineup for Ferreira Schutter for now. I cannot believe it's going to take 7 years to train him at centre-back. That is disgusting. Well, he's very good as a left-back. I was just kind of hoping to use him elsewhere. But apparently none of his stats are going to grow when I try and train him either. So he must have peaked. He must have peaked already. I'll train him as an inverted wingback to try and improve that weak foot, but it doesn't look like that's actually going to change. Well, he's come in, and he will be as he is then. Mendes Vicente does improve the defensive lineup. Means that Ferreira Schutter will go into Rotato. And again, Evaristo finds himself on the sidelines, unfortunately for him. Which is a shame. And still, we look for the centre-back. I could probably... no, I don't know now. I really don't know. Hopefully, how much was his release clause? It was like 60-something, 62.1, which I don't have now. Because I could just pay his release clause and get him out of Parma, even though he's just signed there. I'm not going to have enough. 50 million. Who else have I got to sell? Nobody. Not sure what we're going to do moving forward. But, Mawasa, are you actually any good? 81. He's alright, but it's not spectacular. He would be an improvement on a couple of the players in Rotato. Vidal Pereira. Can Vidal Pereira play at centre-back? 69 jumping. No, probably not. Probably not. How tall is he? 6'1". Maybe. Okay, well, I'm going to have a think about that. And then I'll see you in the game against Tottenham. Tottenham with Alban Lafont in goal. Ayoma, Chaletica, Hermoso and Lodi is a back four. Kamara and Sumare sat holding with Mason Greenwood on the right. Duan and Ryan Sessegnon with Harry Kane still leading the line. And Ndidi, Saliba, Lucas Moura, Takafusa Kubo on the bench for them. It's going to be a debut for our new left back in this one. Manuel Galan Mendes Vicente. Let's see if he's any good, shall we? Holland with a switch. And Nagy wins the header well. And Salem could use Lucas Bull. Bull back on the right. With quite some effect. He's made a habit in this save of pulling them low with his left foot across goal. Now, we've discovered another side to his game. Cut inside and whip it. Lucas Bull on the score sheet again. Bending it into that far top corner. Had his best goal scoring season of his career last year. Picking up where he left off. Out to Sessegnon and into Harry Kane, who's just run straight into Pumphrey. They're putting a bit of a press on Tottenham. Saw how well it worked for City. Trying to replicate it. We're able to play around it at the moment. It's not been too much of an issue. I will work this out left. Looking for Vicente, who's quick enough to try and get in behind on runs like that. But just not on this occasion. Duan flicks it onto Harry Kane and they'll try and come away on a counter-attack of sorts. Albeit slowly. Here's Kane now. That's a loose touch and it's a nice tackle by Vicente. Tucked central from left back, but did the job. He's right-footed, of course, so that's why he played that pass with his right foot. But a four-star weak foot should be good enough. And I'll lift this, looking for Van der Voort. He perhaps should have taken a touch rather than trying it first time, but that's my fault, because I told him what to do. Just finds Kamara before we got back there with the defender. Kane gets lucky. Don't let Tottenham start doing what City did as well and getting carried away with those rebounded, deflected passes and shots that just fall back to their own men. Here's Ayoma. Forward into Greenwood. It's Kane free in the middle, so that's why I'm backing off. Greenwood will find Kamara and Vermeulen will make a save at full stretch. And a decent save too. Well done. Julian really proving again how good a goalkeeper he actually is. Greenwood short to Ritsu Duan. Little ball roll, but we get the foot in. And a counter isn't really on. Talk about deflections working for the opposition, but they certainly work for me there. Can Bull get on the end of this? Yes, he can. It's a mistake from the defender. And pulling it across goal on that left foot still works for Lucas Bull. He's been the key to our results so far this season. We lead by 2-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And nowhere to look for the Spurs fans than their right back, for who made the mistake there. Mulholland trying to pull the strings from deep in midfield. Salem was a terrible attempted pass. Absolutely woeful. Was never going to find the man if he tried to play it through there. They've brought Patrick Schick on in this second half, as well as Takefusa Kubo now, to try and add some more firepower to their front line. Wilfred Ndidi came on as the first substitute. But here's Kubo getting away. I'm not going to catch him, am I? And he will pick out Ayoma beautifully at the back post. And with all the time in the world, he can't even find the target. He's got two players to try and pull that back to, including Patrick Schick, as we mentioned, but not able to do anything of any real note for his team there, Ayoma. Tottenham could have made it a rather nervy final few moments. It will not be. It will be just as comfortable as it was for the previous 92. All the points coming our way. Thank you very much. That'll do. Oh, I tried to lunge at him to either foul him and give them a free kick so the referee blows final whistle, or win the ball and knock it out for a throw. There you go. There's the final whistle. And we win by 2-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Thank you very much indeed. Another set of 3 points to go onto our tally, and Tottenham continue to struggle. Spurs aren't at it in this save for at least a season and a half now. They are really poor. Nibs has completed his training to a right winger, which is great. He's now 83 rated. Sorry, he's completed his... we changed him to a right winger previously. He's completed his actual development schedule, which was... what was the bottom one? Not inverted room, is it? Wide playmaker. He's completed that now. It's going to take forever to train him anywhere else. So we will just leave him there for now. A loan offer for Berger from Sporting, which we shall reject. And Freo Schutter says thank you for the chance to play. You're welcome, my friend. No Carabao Cup game drawn yet, actually, which is a surprise. Maybe as we advance here, but surely we should have been drawn in it by now. You would have thought. I can't be bothered to do training. Just going to sim training on the way up towards that Burnley game. We'll wait and see if we get full scout reports back on a couple of other players. Match rescheduled. That'll be for the end of... oh no, that's for Europe. I was going to say at the end of November. In the Champions... oh my god. In the Champions League, we have Lokomotiv Moscow and Barcelona and AC Milan. Oh, welcome to the Champions League. Fucking hell. AC Milan and Barcelona in our Champions League group. Yuck. Big fat yuck. That's going to be really difficult to get out of. But if we can get out of that group, then you'd say that we're probably going to go far in the competition. Some more players going on international duty. A loan offer for Matias Gonzalez, which we'll reject from Wolves. Milic's position change is completed, which is good. He's going to go from a 78 rated centre mid to an 80 rated cam, which is fantastic. Right, actually, let me train him as a shadow striker as well to get that finishing stat up. Milic will be doing the job in the Rotato side in that cam role. Is that the Carabao Cup draw now? There was another game. More games rescheduled for some reason. Must be other people's Carabao Cup games. And Hefte from an 88 rated right mid, okay, to an 88 rated cam. Thought he might have gone a little bit higher there. Up his shooting stats. He's one of our highest valued players. We shall sim against Burnley. This should be a very simple, strong victory. It's not a strong victory. Salem wins it in the 88th after Tudor gave us the lead. Mark Cardona pulled one back for Burnley. That wasn't as straightforward as it absolutely should have been, was it? Yikes. Transfer bid for Vermolen here as we head towards deadline day. £46.9 million from Getafe. Or Getafe even. That's a no. So how much money have I got left? We have 50 mil. What to do with it? That's the question. I'm not sure. 1 day's worth of scouting left on Bastien Oberlin. But as you can see from his technical windows, he's not going to be that good by the looks of things. Well, I think I might hold off till January with that money, considering no one really stands out at the moment and we can't find anyone else. Not yet, anyway. Mawasa looks like he's okay. Maybe be higher rated as an actual centre mid rather than a CDM. He looks very well rounded. I mean, if Kamara Mesa is 82 as a centre mid, and he looks like that technically, then surely Mawasa would be higher as a centre mid. Or is it to the physical stats that I honestly don't know? I can remove him now. I'll save the money till January and we'll continue to look for others, but I don't know what my next signing will be. Mendes Vicente is in. We obviously can't move him to centre-back fully because of his lack of positioning. Only a -1 now though, and as his sharpness goes up, hopefully it won't be long before he actually gets some boosts at centre-back. Oh, here we go. Bilali, 72 rated centre-back at Liverpool. No. Rupert Alho, someone asked to see his development. He has not developed, still 74 rated. And we do get the final scout report on Oberlin. He's 81 rated. 90 jumping. 81 rated. He would be better. He would improve Rotato. So, he's only just moved. He has only just moved to Parma, but it did say that I could approach to buy him. So, I'm confused. I'm not going to complain, but I am confused. His release clause was 60 something. Firmino Diaz and 5 million. I'll propose another exchange player instead. How about Berger plus 35 million. 41 million plus Berger. I'd be relatively on board with that. How about 37? Just to give us a little bit more for January. No, fine. 41. Well, you guys pointed him out, and he does look pretty decent. And hopefully he'll be able to be trained, whereas we can't train Vicente. But fingers crossed, this guy will actually make an improvement to the squad and be able to make an improvement in his own ratings. 24 years of age and 81 rated. There's probably still some room for growth there. Surprised that Vicente can't be grown anymore, to be honest. That is a shock. I'll offer him 40 grand a week, and he should just sign that. 48. That's fine. So 2 new signings then. 2 new signings in January, and maybe we make 2 new signings in the summer, and maybe we make a change in January as well. Pumphrey's drafted in there for now, but what I will actually do is put Oberlin in. So we have an improvement to the defence in Rotate, 2 improvements in the defence to Rotato actually. And now let's see, can we actually train Oberlin? Please tell me I can. So we have signed 2 players that then can't be trained. Good. 16 weeks as a ball-playing defender. Let's improve. See, slide tackle's already 84. So let's improve that stand tackle and the interceptions. And hopefully he will grow quite nicely. Alright. They're not amazing players, either of them, but they have definitely improved our defensive shape and the outlook of our defensive plays. Jesus Christ, there are some big deals going through. 2 hours on deadline day and already £640 million spent. £750 million spent in 3 hours. You can see that the biggest deal so far has been Serginho Dest to Liverpool for £121 million. That was prior to deadline day. £900 million spent as we're halfway through, and we are absolutely certainly going to go a long way, actually, past the £1 billion area. Which Vidal Pereira was that? Hugo, the centre mid. I will reject that for now. Oh yeah, need to remove that email. Nearly 1.3 billion. Will we reach 1.3 billion? We'll almost reach 1.4 billion pounds spent on deadline day. Fucking hell. So the biggest deals: Serginho Dest to Liverpool, Luis Javier Suarez from West Ham to Villarreal for 95.1 million, and Cabral from Leicester to Barcelona, presumably as a Serginho Dest replacement. Is Cabral a right back? No, he's a striker. That is odd. Right, so then, good. We're on Arsenal. Arsenal have spent nearly £200 million. Wow. Villa have spent 100 and made nearly 200. We've spent 150 million. Christ alive. Brighton spending 100 and making 100. It does get a bit nuts, doesn't it, in career mode as you get a few years down the line. Burnley doing a lot. Chelsea spending £120 million. Ruben Neves, Diego Carlos and Benitez. Crystal Palace spending 90 million and not letting anyone go. Only improvements at Palace. Rashica, Cancelo, Lindelof and Cabero Iskura in at Everton. Fulham have spent nearly £80 million. Leeds have... Oh, apologise for the odd. Leeds have actually only made a net loss of about 6 million there. Leicester have made £200 million. Fucking hell. Liverpool have spent 200 million and made 150. Oh my god. Transfer window's mental. Manchester City spend 100, make 100. Manchester United spend 250 million. Diaz, Tielemans, Skriniar, Newcastle make a net loss of £100,000 despite spending 106.9 million. Tottenham have made a lot of changes. Lafont was new. Tsar was new. Kamara was new. 3 of that starting lineup against us were new signings. Watford have made some signings as well. West Brom spending and making a lot of money. West Ham sold Suarez, but actually they're top of the table, West Ham. Wolves spending 150 plus million pounds as well. West Ham lead the way. And I think actually that Suarez deal was done earlier than a couple of those games as well. We are in 4th, which is where we ended last season, but still with a long way to go and hopefully a long way to move forward. So the biggest deals on transfer deadline day or in this transfer window. Serginho Dest, Luis Javier Suarez. Yeah, that was done on the 24th of July. So West Ham are top of the table, played for 1-4 without their highest rated striker, who they sold before the season even started. Cabral to Barcelona, Yuri Tielemans to Manchester United from Juventus. We played against Tielemans last year when we played Juventus in the Champions League. Zaniolo to Fiorentina. You can see that we saw that Leicester were making a lot of money. Ruben Neves to Chelsea for 83.5. Adeyemi to Athletic Club. Tonali to Sassuolo. Strange deal there. Kimpembe to Juventus. Ruben Diaz from Juventus to Manchester United, so we will play against him yet again. Skriniar, what a defensive pairing. 89 rated Ruben Diaz and 88 rated Milan Skriniar. Wow. Man United improving defensively. Curtis Jones has gone to Hertha Berlin. Timo Werner's gone to Valencia, moving about in Spain. He obviously was the Europa League's top goal scorer by an absolute margin last year. Joe Gomez from Barca to Inter. Camara we played against for Tottenham. João Pedro is now at Wolfsburg. Teo Hernandez at Real Sociedad. Kakare we've played against for Brighton a couple of times. Barrow, 84 rated right mid now at Arsenal. Tom Lamar to Roma, as well. Cancelo from City to Everton, although he's 32 and actually still very fucking good. Emerson to Dortmund from Spurs. Jovic to Arsenal, Luka Jovic, so they've made an improvement at striker. Anything else? Vicente coming to us, of course. Marcos Llorente from Villa to Brighton. Dane Scarlett to Cagliari from Bayern Munich. Memphis Depay was 32 at 85 rated and has gone to Inter. Jose Maria Jimenez now in the Premier League for Wolves at 88 rated for 57 million. That is a bargain for an 88 rated centre mid. Montiel to Real Madrid. En-Nesyri's come to City. Yuck. He was horrible to play against when we played against Juventus last year. Was very, very good. Chukwueze to Atleti. Gilletta Sarr to Spurs. Gabriel to Bayern. McAllister to Schalke. Huge window. £1.4 billion on deadline day alone. Incredible window. That's, I think the biggest I've had is like 1.6. PSG shows some interest, offering me Jonathan Okone as well for Lois van der Voort, but we shall say no. I think the biggest I've had on deadline day has been 1.6 million, but that is certainly right up there. That's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Our Champions League journey starts tomorrow, and it includes Barcelona. Yikes. So I'll see you then.